Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We are located on the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC Chapel Hill. Today is Wednesday, November 1st, 2017. And the radio hosts today are
Artie Baldwin
and Robert Bean, who will be reading the news for today's edition of the Fayetteville.
And you don't have a thing to read, do you? Oh, okay.
Your weather. Today will be sunny to partly cloudy and pleasant. The high will be 76, the low 55. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy. The high will be 78, the low 54. Friday will be mostly sunny and warm with a high of 81 and a low of 56. Saturday will be nice with clouds and sun. The high will be 74, the low 54. And Sunday will have considerable cloudiness. The high will be 76, the low 56. Today in history, on this date in 1861, the Expedition Hurricane proved to be a potent ally for Confederate forts guarding the coast. The storm crossed Cape Hatteras and battered a Union fleet of ships attacking Carolina ports. 2 ships were sunk, and the Union fleet was scattered. Follow Chick Jacobs online at FO_weather on Twitter.
Okay, and I have a today in history as well on the 1st of November. This is November the 1st, the 305th day of 2017. There are 60 days left in the year, and this is All Saints Day. Well, I had forgotten that too. Today's highlight on November 1st, 1512, Michelangelo's just completed painting on the ceiling of the Vatican Sistine Chapel were publicly unveiled by the artist's patron, Pope Julius II. Thank you, Pope Julius. All that talent ended up on the ceiling of your chapel there. 1478, the Spanish Inquisition was established. That was a black day in history, wasn't it? In 1604, William Shakespeare's tragedy Othello was presented at Whitehall Palace in London. In 1765, the Stamp Act passed by the British Parliament went into effect, prompting stiff resistance from the American colonies. And you all know the rest of that story. In 1861, during the Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln named Major General George B. McClellan General-in-Chief of the Union Armies, succeeding Lieutenant General Winfield Scott. In 1936, in a speech in Milan, Italy, Benito Mussolini described the alliance between his country and Nazi Germany as an axis running between Rome and Berlin. I have to look at a map to see what he really means there, but they never show maps on television. In 1949, an Eastern Airlines DC-4 collided in mid-air with the Lockheed P-38, a fighter plane near Washington National Airport, killing all 55 people aboard the DC-4 and seriously injuring the pilot of the P-38. Birthdays today: Gary Player, 82, Larry Flint, 75, Kinky Friedman, 73, Belita Moreno, 68, Ronald Kalis Bell, 66, Kyle Lovett, 60, Rachel Tykotin, 59, Tim Cook, 57, Anthony Kiedis, 55, Kenny Alphin, 54, Sophie Hawkins, 53, Willie D, 51, Tony Collette, 45, Jenny McCarthy, 45, Aishwarya Rai, 44, Bo Rice, 42, Natalia Tana, 33. I do not happen to know any of those people personally or otherwise. However, you can take that and put it in your pipe and smoke it.
And we have no listener birthdays today.
And again? My goodness, Wednesday must be a bad day for birthdays.
Daybreak, Need to Know, book signing. The Airborne and Special Operations Museum will host a book signing with author Mark Bowden on November 12th from 1 to 3 p.m. Beginning at 1 p.m., Bowden will hold a question and answer session in the museum's theater, and immediately following will sign his latest book, Q 1968, A Turning Point of the American War in Vietnam. The book is the first battle book from Bowden since Black Hawk Down. Hugh 1968 is the story of the centerpiece of the Tet Offensive and a turning point in the American War in Vietnam. Books are available in the museum's gift shop. For more information, call 643-2774 or go to asomf.org. The museum is at 100 Bragg Boulevard. 3-mile history hike. Join staff at Carvers Creek State Park at 10 a.m. Saturday for a 3-mile history hike. The group will explore the mill pond, silos, pavilion, and other historical farm buildings not open to the public. Registration is not required. Bring a bottle of water and wear comfortable walking shoes. Meet in front of the park office. Carvers Creek is at 2505 Long Valley Road in Spring Lake. Lecture series. Joel Achenbach is the speaker for the next Ruth Pauley Lecture Series, scheduled for 7:30 p.m. on November 9th at Owens Auditorium on the campus of Sand Hills Community College in Pinehurst. Achenbach, a writer for the Washington Post, will discuss surviving the age of fake news, pseudoscience, bunk, and nonsense. The lecture is free and open to the public. For more information, call 295-7456. The college is at 3395 Airport Road.
Okay, let's go on. Oopsie, I dropped something. But, here we go with the, in brief, Mexico City. 12 slain in Mexico shootings. This fuels thieves suspected. Oh, fuel thieves are suspected. I don't really understand that, but now we'll get to the meat of it. Mexican authorities say 12 people have died in the central state of Puebla in a string of shootings being investigated as possible score setting by rival gangs of fuel thieves. The state prosecutor's office reports Tuesday that 3 men and a woman were slain at a hospital in the state capital. Another man was shot dead while driving in the suburb of Chachapa, and 2 more were killed while riding in a pickup truck in the municipality of Amozoc de Mota, which contains Chachapa. In a separate statement late Monday, Puebla prosecutors said gunmen in an SUV shot dead 5 people who were drinking a lot around midday in Tlaltenango. 12 slain in Mexico shootings. Well, are the fuel thieves the shooters or the people who got shot? I cannot tell by reading that. Trenton, New Jersey. New Jersey sues OxyContin maker and claims it misled the public. New Jersey filed a lawsuit Tuesday against the company that manufactures OxyContin, claiming a direct link between the state's opioid crisis and the firm's deceptive marketing practices. State Attorney General Christopher Porrino says the 5-count lawsuit against Connecticut-based Pursue Pharma and 2 of its entities seeks undisclosed monetary damages for fraud and false claims. Purdue Pharma issued a statement saying it vigorously denies the allegations. Beckley, West Virginia. Big Brothers Big Sisters loses funds due to LGBTQ training. A Big Brothers and Big Sisters chapter in West Virginia will suspend mentoring services for underprivileged children after donors pulled funding earlier this month in response to the LGBTQ awareness training program. Sarah McDonald is Executive Director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central West Virginia. The Charleston Gazette-Mail quotes her as saying the organization won't recruit or match volunteer Big Sisters and Big Brothers in Raleigh County or fill vacancies until it has adequate funding. The program currently serves 34 children from ages 6 to 11. And I wonder how much that costs. They don't tell us much. They don't give us anything to go on, but that's all we have. Cincinnati professor investigated for sharp responses to students. My goodness, he might have told them to grow up. Let's see this one. The University of Cincinnati is reviewing a music professor's sharp responses to a Middle Eastern Muslim student who wrote in a class assignment that Donald Trump's presidency negatively affected her family. What's that got to do about music? Assistant Professor Clifford Adams' written replies on the assignment included: review this list of Islamic terrorist attacks and then tell me about your hurt feelings, the Cincinnati Enquirer reported. Another said Muslim females are safer in America than in any Middle Eastern country. How dare you complain while enjoying our protection? Adams told the newspaper that he wasn't aware another student posted a photo of his remarks on Facebook. Oh my goodness, pretty soon if you just say Islam, you'll go to jail.
An act of terror. At least 8 killed by New York motorists. Injured 11 by Colleen Long and Jake Pearson, Associated Press, New York. A man in a rented pickup truck mowed down pedestrians and cyclists along a busy bike path near the World Trade Center Memorial on Tuesday, killing at least 8 and seriously injuring 11 in what the mayor called a particularly cowardly act of terror. The driver was shot in the abdomen by police after jumping out of the truck with what turned out to be a fake gun in each hand and shouting what witnesses said was Allahu Akbar,
Allahu Akbar.
Arabic for God is great. Authorities said the man underwent surgery and was in critical condition but was expected to survive. Officials who were not authorized to discuss the investigation and spoke on the condition of anonymity identified the attacker as 29-year-old Saifullo Saipov and said he is from Uzbekistan and came to the U.S. legally in 2010. He has a Florida driver's license but may have been staying in New Jersey, they said. The driver barreled along the bike path in a rented Home Depot truck for the equivalent of about 14 blocks, or around 8/10 of a mile, before slamming into a small yellow school bus. The mayhem and the burst of police gunfire set off panic in the neighborhood and left the pavement strewn with mangled bicycles and bodies that were soon covered with sheets. I saw a lot of blood over there. A lot of people on the ground, said Chen Yi, an Uber driver. Eugene Duffy, a chef at Waterfront Restaurant, said so many police came and they didn't know what was happening. People were screaming. Females were screaming at the top of their lungs. Argentina's foreign minister said the dead included Argentine citizens. Police closed off streets across the western edge of Lower Manhattan along the Hudson River, and officers rushed into the neighborhood just as people were preparing for Halloween festivities, including the big annual parade through Greenwich Village. A police bomb squad scoured the truck but found no explosives. This was an act of terror, and a particularly cowardly act of terror aimed at innocent civilians, aimed at people going about their lives who had no idea what was about to hit them, Mayor Bill de Blasio said. New York and other cities around the globe have been on high alert against attacks by extremists in vehicles. Islamic State has been exhorting its followers to mow down people, and England, France, and Germany have seen deadly vehicle attacks in the past year or so. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo called it a lone wolf attack and said there was no evidence to suggest it was part of a wider plot. City Police Commissioner James O'Neill said a statement the driver made as he got out of the truck and the method of attack led police to conclude it was a terrorist act. On Twitter, President Donald Trump called it another attack by a very sick and deranged person and declared not in the USA. While police did not specifically blame the Islamic State for the New York bloodshed, Trump rallied against the extremist group, tweeting, "We must not allow ISIS to return or enter our country after defeating them in the Middle East and elsewhere. Enough."
Yes, yeah, I'm sure you saw that on the news yesterday. It's too sad. And the perpetrator of that horrible terrorist crime is in the hospital laughing and smiling and telling everybody how proud he is of what he did. Okay, if you need to go do a quick errand, I'm going to read several crime things, and if that doesn't make your whole day, go run a quick errand in your house. Here's public safety first. Cumberland, arrest. Amira Naila Ravenal, maybe it's Nyla, Mariah Nyla Ravenel, Ravenel, 25, and Shaquille Rashad King, 24. Both of the 2700 block of Creek Meadows Place were charged Tuesday with obtaining property by false pretense. Bail was set at $1,000 apiece. 2. Parrish Demetrius Shaw, 41 of the 1000 block of Cedar Creek Crossing Road was charged Tuesday with taking indecent liberties with a minor. Bail was set at $5,000. 3. Jordan Dante Lindsay, 22 of the 5300 block of Norfolk Court was charged Monday with breaking and entering, larceny, and possible possessing stolen property. Bail information was not given. Break-in. Paula Verde Drive, 5200 block, reported on Monday. A phone taken. Here are 2 vehicle break-ins. Legend Avenue. Garrett Blaze Deering reported Monday someone broke into his vehicle while it was parked on the 4100 block of Legend Avenue and stole clothing. Kelmscott Court, 6400 block, reported at 5:18 Monday a bag of socks taken. Next, woman charged with medical fraud. A Fayetteville woman is accused of falsifying timesheets in 2016 and collecting more than $37,000 from the state's Medicaid program and the Autism Society of Cumberland County, an arrest warrant said. Barbara Jean McDuffie, 59, of the 6500 block of Grist Mill Drive was charged Tuesday with medical provider fraud, obtaining property by false defense. McDuffie was employed by the Autism Society of Cumberland County, a nonprofit, when the money was taken between February 18 and November 11. She is accused of submitting timesheets claiming more hours of medical service than she actually provided to her client. McDuffie collected $23,198 from Medicaid and $14,495 from the Autism Society. Oh, bail was set at $3,000. Isn't that a laugh? The charges were filed by the North Carolina Attorney General's Medicaid investigation. Oh, well, anyway. Here's a man accused of robbing a drugstore, apostrophe. No, that's not what it says. It says man accused of robbing drugstore, comma, woman at ATM. Here's a picture of a Mr. Wyatt, a Fayetteville man accused of attempting to rob a drugstore on Bingham Drive, was arrested after leading police on a brief chase. Also is charged with robbing a woman at an ATM over the weekend. Justin Luther Hyatt, 29, of the 6500 block of Sprucewood Road, is charged with 2 counts of common law robbery and 1 count of possessing stolen property. About 7:10 p.m. Monday, a robbery was reported at the Rite Aid at 906 Bingham Drive, a Fayetteville Police News release said. Upon arriving, police learned that a man wearing a ski mask and a camouflage coat walked into the store carrying what appeared to be a gun. He pointed it at a clerk and demanded money. The clerk and the manager on duty were able to get inside a locked office as the robber tried to open the cash register, the release said. He left a short time later and was driving away in a white minivan. Police saw the minivan in the Fisher Road area and attempted to stop it, but the driver fled, crashing at the dead end of Amanda Circle. The driver jumped out and ran into a nearby wood line. Investigators and officers were able to locate an address on the 6500 block of Sprucewood Drive that was associated with the van, and that was where they found Hyatt, the release said. Detectives reviewing recent robberies determined that Hyatt robbed a woman Saturday at an ATM, 6500 block of Fisher Road, about 3 p.m. The release said the woman told police she was withdrawing money when a man wearing a mask and carrying a gun approached her and demanded money from the ATM. The man threw the woman to the ground, took an undisclosed amount of money, and drove away in a white minivan. Hyatt's bail was set at $15,000. Anyone with information about the robbery should call Detective A. Stevens at 391-0053. Crime Stoppers at 483-TIPS-877, or submit a tip online. And let's see. Here, police arrest a man sought in deaths in Utah, Colorado. Salt Lake City. A man sought in the fatal attempted carjacking of a University of Utah student and the death of a Colorado man was arrested Tuesday After he surrendered to authorities as a Salt Lake City Library, police said Austin Butane, 24, dodged a manhunt in the rugged foothills near campus for nearly 15 hours before his arrest, miles away in the death of Chen Wei Go. Go, a 23-year-old student from China, was shot to death Monday evening during an attempted carjacking and found dead in his car in Red Butte Canyon on the edge of the campus. In addition, police in Golden, Colorado have said they went to question Butane about the killing of a 63-year-old man whose truck had been driven by Butane in Utah. The man's body was found Tuesday in his trailer in Colorado. Kathleen E. Butane, the suspect's wife, is also a person of interest in the Colorado case. She was in custody in Utah on unrelated drug and theft charges. She was arrested after she reported to police Monday night that her husband had assaulted her while they were camping in the canyon. The Salt Lake Police Detective Greg Welking said Austin Butane apparently slipped a police containment line in the canyon after Go was killed. Butane was arrested after he was spotted by a librarian at a downtown Salt Lake library 4 miles away from the shooting scene. And we hope that that takes care of today's crime.
Testimony. Bergdahl is needed for intelligence. Two officials who debriefed Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl after he was rescued from 5 years of captivity in Afghanistan said his personal experiences as a Taliban prisoner are critical to understanding insurgents as well as training troops on survival and evasion techniques. Bergdahl, 31, who has already pleaded guilty to charges of desertion and misbehavior before the enemy, gave unsworn testimony on Monday to apologize to everyone involved in searching for him. He spoke for about 2 hours, describing the torture and constant beatings he endured in captivity. The testimony follows the prosecutor's case that included powerful statements from soldiers who were injured on missions searching for Bergdahl. The military judge, Colonel Jeffrey Nance, will consider the testimony as he determines if Bergdahl should spend the rest of his life in prison. Amber Dock, a lead intelligence analyst, debriefed Bergdahl for about 70 hours when he arrived at Landstuhl, Germany in June of 2014. She said Bergdahl was eager to help. It was a gold mine, she said, really reshaped the way we do intelligence collection in the area. Dock, who said she worked in intelligence for 16 years, said Bergdahl's debriefing helped experts confirm or deny information they thought they knew to build the captor network. Defense lawyers also called Terry Russell, a senior program manager, who debriefed Bergdahl through the Department of Defense's Joint Personnel Recovery Agency. Bergdahl's debriefing helped the agency create several reports and databases on tactics used by insurgents. Bergdahl is critical to the agency because there are no other military personnel that were held captive and returned from Afghanistan, he said. I need him, Russell said. I need him now. I needed him 3 years ago when he first returned. The fact that I can't get that information is wrong. Also during the hearing, defense lawyers focused on how Bergdahl's time in captivity affected Bergdahl's health. They called 2 medical experts. Lieutenant Colonel Alan Larson, a neurologist who testified by phone from Afghanistan, said Bergdahl has acquired neuropathy, which is weakness and numbness from nerve damage. Larson is a consultant for the defense. For Bergdahl, the neuropathy is so severe that tasks such as walking and pushing pedals to drive are difficult because he can't always have a sense for his feet, Larson said. It will not get better, Larson said. It will either stay the same or it could get worse. Captain Ann Rutherford, a prosecutor, asked Larson several questions about the progress Bergdahl has made through treatment. Larson explained that Bergdahl had regained strength in his legs and feet and was able to move from a seated to standing position with no issues. Curtis Averell, a nurse practitioner who was Bergdahl's primary care manager, testified that he issued Bergdahl a permanent profile about a year after he began treating the soldier. A profile is an Army Human Resources document that indicates the condition of a soldier and if the soldier is fit for duty. Bergdahl has been completely and absolutely receptive to treatment of his injuries, Averell said. We had hopes that we could improve his condition by that point, Averell said. The profile indicates there are tasks Bergdahl can't perform, such as carrying all the required weapons of his infantry job and the ability to stay in a military vehicle for the duration of a mission, which is about 12 hours. During cross-examination, Major Jared Fussnacker, a prosecutor, asked several questions about the improvement of Bergdahl's health. The bureau indicated Bergdahl's health has continued to improve and he's gained strength. Also on Tuesday, defense lawyers called Audrey Ellingson, who had worked with Bergdahl since he'd been assigned to U.S. Army North at Fort Sam Houston, Texas. She called Bergdahl reliable and said he was helpful in performing functions in the office. The hearing recessed around 3 p.m. Tuesday and is scheduled to continue at 9 a.m. today.
Holly Day Fair Chairwoman lives to help others. This is by Bill Kirby Jr. Call Angela Carr Finch, a woman with purpose in her life. Today she's putting the finishing touches on the 51st annual Holly Day Fair, which opens a 4-day run Thursday at the Crown Expo Center. We're expecting our vendors Monday and Tuesday. Carr Finch, 48, chairwoman of the fair, was saying Monday, and getting ready for our shoppers Thursday morning. Carrying the responsibility of the fair itself would be enough for anybody, and yet there is her job as office manager at the Spring Lake Dental Group, where Carr Finch takes equal pride in her work and where her compassion for patients recently was recognized by the Society for Human Resource Management based in Alexandria, Virginia. Carr Finch was honored in September with the Elizabeth Clay Smith Humanitarian Award.
Council members suggest fines for giving to panhandlers. Some members of Fayetteville City Council want to punish residents who give money to panhandlers. The topic came up Monday during a work session. Several council members say panhandling has become ubiquitous at busy intersections, outside businesses, and in parking lots, despite a 2008 ordinance that restricted begging for money in certain areas. Councilman Chalmers McDougall said the city should consider finding a way to punish people who give money to panhandlers. They're not going to stop, he said, until they have something to lose. Councilman Bill Crisp said people wouldn't give a panhandler $1 if they knew they might be fined $25. There has to be some deterrent to giving them money, Crisp said. Councilman Larry Wright said he agreed that residents shouldn't give panhandlers money, but he said the council should be careful about trying to punish those who do give. He said such a move might be infringing on the giver's rights. Wright said the council should look at poverty issues and try to find out who the panhandlers are so the city could determine how to help them. Who are these people standing on the streets? He said. Councilman Jim Arp said the city should get businesses involved in the effort against panhandling. He said he has heard from residents who are followed into retail stores after they tried to ignore panhandlers. That's very disconcerting, he said. The council members talked about panhandling laws in other North Carolina cities. Mayor Pro Tem Mitch Colvin said several of the laws include a potential 30-day sentence to panhandling as punishment. Councilman Bobby Hurst said several other cities require panhandlers to get a permit. The council discussed a possible educational campaign to let residents know that giving money to agencies that help people in need is more effective than giving money to panhandlers. Mayor Nat Robertson said the council should consider issues with enforcement and the cost of potential changes to the city's existing ordinance against panhandling. The law, which was passed in 2008, was intended to make panhandling illegal in certain areas of the city, such as parks, downtown, and busy roads. It also prohibits panhandling on private property if the panhandler is asked to leave and in the downtown area. City Attorney Karen McDonald said city officials are talking with judges and the district attorney's office about the issue. McDonald said she and Fayetteville Police Chief Tina Hawkins plan to present recommendations on possible changes in the law to the council by January. The American Civil Liberties Union of North Carolina condemned the possible legislation. Panhandling is protected by the First Amendment, said Molly Rivera, spokesman for the state's ACLU. Any attempt to criminalize either part of that exchange is constitutionally suspect. We're going to review the proposal and encourage anyone who has concerns to contact our office.
This is the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We broadcast from the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC-Chapel Hill. As a nonprofit agency, we rely on public donations. We request your support to continue our services. When making charitable donations, please keep SENCRRS in mind. Our post office box number is 35029, Fayetteville, North Carolina 28303. If you have any questions or comments, please call 910-672-1600 or our toll-free number at 1-844-709-5656. Your radio hosts are Marty Baldwin and
Robert Bean.
And we are proud to serve you today. Here's a wreck on Morganton Road, a Tuesday afternoon crash involving a mail truck and a sport utility vehicle on Morganton Road left one of the drivers dead. Oh, how sad. Postal carrier killed in wreck. Fayetteville councilman's wife charged in Morganton Road accident that happened Tuesday afternoon. A U.S. Postal Service carrier was killed Tuesday when a car driven by the wife of a Fayetteville councilman slammed into the back of his stopped truck on the 3200 block of Morganton Road near the Fayetteville Academy. It happened at 12:26 p.m. The carrier, Ricky Armwood, 58, of Fleet Cooper Road in Roseboro, had parked his mail truck in the right outbound lane of Morganton Road to deliver mail to residents living on the road. Police said the area is across from the Fayetteville Academy's athletic fields. Armwood was in the carrier truck, a Grumman long life vehicle designed for the Postal Service, when a 2015 Dodge Journey sport utility vehicle driven by Deborah Wright, 58, of the 1200 block of Chilton Drive, crashed into it, knocking the small truck on its side. She's the wife of District 7 Councilman Larry Wright. The impact crumbled the front of the Dodge, which came to rest against the undercarriage of the carrier truck. Armwood was pronounced dead at the scene, a police news release said. Wright was taken to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center with injuries that were not life-threatening. Investigators have not determined why Wright ran into the truck, which had its red flasher lights going, said Lieutenant Todd Joyce, a Fayetteville police spokesman. Wright is charged with misdemeanor death by vehicle, Joyce said. Morganton Road was closed between Granville Drive and St. Mary's Parkway for at least 2 hours as officers conducted their investigation. Traffic was detoured through the Huntington Park neighborhood. The accident scene was marked off with yellow crime scene tape. A woman returning to her home, which was in the cordoned-off area, was escorted to her house by Fayetteville Police Lieutenant Gary Womble. A Postal Service worker was sent to collect the remaining mail from the truck. Anyone with information about the crash should call the police department's traffic unit at 433-1807 or call Crime Stoppers at 483-TIPS or submit tips online.
Trick or treat. Ghosts and goblins of all sizes flocked to Hay Street. Hay Street was swarming with all kinds of colorful characters Tuesday afternoon as thousands of parents and children turned out for the Trick or Treat Downtown event sponsored by Cool Spring Downtown Alliance of Fayetteville. I like trick-or-treating, said Jakayla, 8, who was dressed in a zombie costume. Jakayla and her brother, Malik, 12, were sitting on brick ledge taking a break from trick-or-treating at the 50 or more businesses handing out candy. Those looking for adventure could check out scary spots in Fayetteville with Count Dracula's perfectly horrible carriage rides. The crowd included lots of clowns, some Star Wars stormtroopers, pirates, witches, and the zombies. There were good guys too, including Superman, Wonder Woman, a pint-sized Batman, and lots of comic book heroes. A family of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was spotted crossing Maxwell Street. Even the youngest of children got in on the act. Michael Lee dressed as a chef, carried a 12-quart cooking pot. Inside was his 4-month-old daughter, Piper Lee, dressed as a lobster. She fit into the pot perfectly. Lee said he had been planning this since Piper was born to him and his wife Ashley, who was dressed as a fisherman. "I caught the lobster," she said, "but I forgot my net." Piper, meanwhile, was nodding off as her father rocked the pot. The 2-hour event started at 4 p.m., but the first ghouls and goblins began trickling in about 3:45 p.m., said Sam DeVos, general manager of the Alliance. "It's been fairly consistent," he said. "The kids love it." There were long lines as trick-or-treaters waited to have candy dropped into their Halloween bags. The Cumberland County Bar Association set up a table and was handing out candy. Among the members doling out the goodies was Cumberland County Commissioner Glenn Adams and District Court Judge Tiffany Whitfield. "It's been steady," said Whitfield, who was wearing a red and white Dr. Seuss hat. "Just a safe environment." Duncan Hubbard, operations manager for Holmes Security Systems, agreed as he stood outside and watched the activities. "This is a great event," he said. "Gives people a place to go with a sense of safety versus door-to-door traditional style."
At your library, Friends at a book sale. Encourage giving to the library endowment. Members of the Friends of the Library are gearing up for the November book sales and at the same time promoting the library endowment. The members-only book sale is November 14 from 4 to 7 p.m. You can become a member of the Friends at that time or join anytime online under Give Now from the library's website, cumberland.lib.nc.us. The book sale is open to the public November 18 from 9:30 until 2 p.m. and as a bonus, an extra public book sale takes place November 19 from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you haven't been to a book sale, get ready for an eye-opening and rewarding experience. You will find thousands of books and CDs and DVDs and more at bargain prices. Cash and checks are accepted, and credit and debit cards of $10. I guess that means $10 or more. The sale is held in the lower level of Headquarters Library, 300 Maiden Lane, with entrance near the creek behind the library. And other Friends of the Library news, any donation to the Library Endowment Fund, Cumberland County, North Carolina, through December 31 will be matched to a maximum of $50,000. For example, a $50 donation will be matched, dollar for dollar, with a total of $100 added to the fund. The endowment is managed by the Cumberland County Road Foundation, Incorporated. Every financial gift increases the fund's principal, and the interest it earns is disbursed annually to enrich library services, including early programming for adults, teens, and children. The Friends of the Library supports programming and activities, such as summer reading program and the guest author speaker series. For more information about the Friends of the Library and the endowment, call 483-7727, extension 1304.
What it really means to say collusion by Paul Waldman. Collusion is the word of the day. There is no collusion, tweets the president. Sure looks like there was collusion between the Trump operation and Russia, says Vox. Still no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, but Hillary is a different matter, says Fox. Since we're arguing about whether particular actions by the Trump campaign and Donald Trump himself constituted collusion with the Russian government, it would help if we clarified what exactly we're talking about. There seems to be a good deal of misconception about this, as everyone is trying to sort out exactly what Trump and his people did or didn't do. Perhaps the most important thing to keep in mind is that collusion is not itself a crime. Many people hear collusion and think about something akin to the legal concept of conspiracy, which is when two or more people agree to commit an illegal act. But there can be collusion that doesn't involve law-breaking. Special Counsel Robert Mueller is investigating crimes, and while we hope at the end of his investigation he'll be able to provide a full picture of what kind of collusion there actually was, most of what we'll be hearing from him, like the 2 indictments and 1 plea bargain deal that were made public Monday, will be about crimes that were committed. He may not, at least in so many words, give us a final yes or no whether there was collusion. Even if we find out that Donald Trump had daily phone calls with Vladimir Putin to chortle together about Hillary Clinton's impending demise, it wouldn't necessarily be a violation of any criminal code. It might be, but it wouldn't always be. As Susan Hennessy and Benjamin Witz point out in Foreign Policy, there are plenty of activities that might be highly inappropriate and politically consequential, but do not violate any criminal law. It all depends on exactly what they're colluding to do. If the Trump campaign was planning with them to commit illegal acts like hacking into Democratic email accounts, then it would be a crime. As Bob Baer notes on justsecurity.org, campaign finance law forbids foreign nationals from providing anything of value to a campaign, which could give prosecutors wide latitude to pursue a criminal case in connection with collusion. But the point is that while you could have collusion that is criminal, you could also have collusion that did not violate the law, but would still be a grave political violation, one we demand to be addressed. That means that whatever quote-unquote proof of collusion we get may not result in something as definitive as a jury verdict. It will always be subject to interpretation and dispute. President Trump will always have behind him a formidable media apparatus that will justify and excuse literally anything he does. If you doubt that, tune into Fox News for an hour or two. Every new revelation will be met with furious and desperate pushback from the White House and the conservative media and most Republicans in Congress, as they'll insist that whatever the Trump campaign did was completely benign. It wasn't collusion at all, and Hillary Clinton is the real villain. While in theory there is some action Trump might have taken that would cause his party and his media allies to abandon him in the way the GOP eventually abandoned Richard Nixon 43 years ago, in practice it just isn't going to happen. So what would collusion actually mean? It would mean that the Trump campaign and the Russian government or its representatives undertook some kind of common, cooperative effort to achieve their shared goal of undermining Hillary Clinton and helping Donald Trump. The most generous interpretation of the campaign's actions, at least the ones we're aware of so far, would be that while they were well aware that the Russian government was trying to help them, and while there were some initial contacts between campaign representatives and people connected to or acting on behalf of the Kremlin, they never actually got around to working together in an ongoing way. They certainly can't claim ignorance about Russia's intentions, since by the summer of 2016 there had been substantial news coverage about Russian meddling. The candidates even argued about it in their final debate, during which Clinton challenged Trump to condemn Russia's activities and reject their help, and he responded with "No puppet, you're the puppet," an argument of such eloquent subtlety Republicans continue to use it to this day. In any case, as of now, the strands of collusion are suggestive but hardly definitive. They paint a picture of people trying to arrange collusion, but not necessarily doing so. For instance, George Papadopoulos was told in spring of 2016 by a source with contacts in Russia that the Russian government had dirt on Hillary Clinton consisting of thousands of emails. This occurred after Russian hackers had penetrated systems belonging to the DNC and Clinton's campaign chair, John Podesta, but before their emails had been publicly released through WikiLeaks, which would happen in July. The documents released Monday about Papadopoulos' plea bargain did not say whether he shared that information with his superiors at the Trump campaign, but it would be shocking if he didn't. Paul Manafort, Jared Kushner, and Donald Trump Jr., essentially all the closet advisors to the candidate, took a meeting in June of 2016 with a group of Russians whom they had been told had damaging information on Clinton to offer. They were also told in an email setting up the meeting that this is obviously very high-level and sensitive information, but as part of Russia and its government's support for Mr. Trump. The lawyer who led the meeting brought with her a document whose content suggests that she was coordinating her activities with high-level Russian officials. The head of Cambridge Analytica, the firm that did extensive data work for the Trump campaign and is funded by Republican megadonor Robert Mercer, contacted WikiLeaks leader Julian Assange during the campaign to see if they could together manage to acquire and publicly release thousands of personal emails Hillary Clinton had deleted, which had required hacking into her system. During this time and since, WikiLeaks has, for all intents and purposes, been acting as an agent of the Russian government, but Assange says he rejected the request. Recall that Trump publicly implored the Russian government to hack into Clinton's email. If nothing more is revealed from this day forward, we might be able to say there was no real collusion, even though the Russians were certainly interested in colluding, as evidenced by their repeated efforts to reach out to Trump campaign representatives, and the Trump campaign seemed interested in colluding if the Russians could offer them something useful. Does anyone really think that there are no more revelations to come? The bottom line is that the question of whether there was collusion is too limited. Mueller may find that criminal collusion took place, in which case the question would then be whether there are more indictments for it. If he doesn't find that, he could still learn that there was collusion that stopped short of criminality, in which case the question of how that should be punished will be up to the political system, coming elections, oversight in Congress, and even a possible impeachment to settle it. Arguing over whether one conversation or email constituted collusion will get us to the most important answers. Paul Waldman is a contributor to the Plumb Line blog and a senior writer at The American Prospect.
Oh, well, that's on TV all the time, that stuff, isn't it? You can't listen to news without hearing more and more about all of those. Well, here's cheers and jeers. Let's just look at this. Cheers to Fresh Market for using umbrellas to walk folks out to their cars in the recent deluges. What a kind and thoughtful thing to do. Jeers to Cumberland County's division of NCDOT, which maintains the fencing along major roads in Fayetteville, roads like Rayford Road, the All-American Freeway, MLK Freeway, Skybow Road have fencing that's falling down and in need of replacement. Oh yes, there are many little beautifiers to be done. And here the SBA celebrates National Veterans Small Business Week. This week, the Small Business Administration celebrates National Veterans Small Business Week by applauding the success of veteran entrepreneurs for more than 65 years. Our programs have supported transitioning military service members, veterans, and their spouses. Across America, thousands of veterans and transitioning service members are looking to start their own businesses. These men and women possess the unique skills, experience, leadership, and drive that makes them ideally suited to start businesses and create jobs. There are approximately 2.5 million veteran-owned businesses in the United States that employ over 5 million individuals. North Carolina is home to over 120,000 small businesses that are wholly or partially owned by veterans. At SBA, we are committed to ensuring that our veterans have access to the capital counseling and federal contract opportunities they need to grow and expand successful businesses. With all of these resources to help folks start or grow a business, what do some of our veterans' successes look like? Well, Eric Brinkman, owner of the Morning Jump Coffee Company in Spring Lake, was a VBOC client. The former Green Beret consulted with the center soon after transitioning out of the military. With the help, he crafted a business plan, took an accounting software course, and secured an SBA Community Advantage loan for $150,000 to start the venture. Without the SBA counseling and loan, we would not have been able to get the business off the ground, said Eric. It's an amazing program to help veterans after they separate from the service. Ashley Thompson, a military spouse, relocated from Wisconsin to North Carolina, looking to turn her freelance work into a viable business. Ashley attended a WBC orientation, took classes, and had one-on-one consultations in 2015. She opened Pressed, a creative space in downtown Fayetteville which sells handmade and other craft items and hosts events and creative workshops. The SBA and the WBC have been a resource for me since I started my business, said Ashley. They helped me evolve and grow to where I am today. At the SBA, we know that with the right tools and opportunities our nation's veterans need can continue to build our economy for the long term, and we're here to help. For more information, contact SBA North Carolina District Office. Do you have a pencil handy? Some of you listeners may want to tell someone else about this. The number is 704-344-6563.
Panthers host Salute to Service at Southview. The Carolina Panthers NFL football team is scheduled to visit Southview High School on Friday for a Salute to Service, a military appreciation event planned in conjunction for the Tigers football game. This is the second annual Salute to Service, a joint program put on by the Panthers and the USO of North Carolina. Friday's event will honor military service members and veterans during pre-game activities. According to a news release, 3,000 handheld American flags will be provided, and an honorary military coin toss will be held before the start of the game. The Tigers play host to Grays Creek. Kickoff is scheduled at 7:30 p.m. and gates open at 6 p.m. Southview coach Rodney Brewington said he expects the Salute to Service festivities to start around 6:45. But a number of kids we have coached that have active military family means a lot that we're able to salute them and recognize their service to our country, Brewington said. I think a lot of times freedom is taken for granted. We really don't realize there is a cost for freedom. I'm just thrilled to be a part of a celebration of the men and women who put their lives on the line for our freedom. The Southview Grays Creek game is a traditional rivalry between the two Hope Mills schools known as the Battle of the Bridge. It's an honor that we got picked to be in this, Grays Creek coach David Lovett said. It's an honor to get to recognize the service members and everything that they do for us throughout the year. Last year, the inaugural Salute to Service was held at 71st High School for the Falcons game against E.E. Smith. Both teams received limited edition camouflage uniforms for the game. Military service members led the teams in their run onto the field through a giant Panthers helmet provided by the NFL team. Several Panthers on the injured reserve list, as well as the Panthers cheerleaders and mascot, were there to interact with fans. Peter Vacco, who is in charge of military and football outreach for the Panthers, came up with the idea for the Salute to Service and wanted to hold the game in a community with a strong military connection. So then we thought, well, what's the best place to have a Carolina Panthers NFL Salute to Service game? Vacco said. And of course, the Fort Bragg, Fayetteville area, we have to do the first one here. It's a no-brainer. And there's a picture. It's this freshman Rollin Evans of 71st High School poses for a picture with Carolina Panthers football team players Ryan Delaire, Dean Marlowe, and Chase Election at 71st High School in Fayetteville on November 4th, 2016. The pro players visited the school for the Carolina Panthers and USO of North Carolina Salute to Service game.
Here's opinion. Why was Bergdahl in the Army anyway? In 2 hours of unsworn testimony Monday, Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl called walking off his remote outpost in Afghanistan a horrible mistake. He has already pleaded guilty to desertion and faces the prospect of life in prison during the sentencing phase of his court-martial, which continues on Fort Bragg. Bergdahl also testified about his brutal treatment while a prisoner for 5 years under the Taliban, which picked him up not long after he left his post. Whatever Bergdahl's fate, his trial may yet leave unanswered one of the more pressing questions in his story. Why did the Army take in the troubled recruit in the first place? He had washed out of the Coast Guard after only 3 weeks. To even a layperson, his background would not seem like one that made him ready to tackle the stresses of places like Afghanistan or Iraq. That should have been even more apparent to the Army. As Time magazine asked, if he couldn't tend to the coast, why did the Army think he could handle the Taliban? The Coast Guard has an undeserved reputation as being easy duty. For certain, the training in its boot camp is not easy. The dramatic circumstances of Bergdahl's failing to complete the training is not so much evidence that he could not handle an easy entry process, but that he was probably not a good candidate for military service, period. The Coast Guard classified his exit during training as an uncharacterized discharge, and importantly not a psychological discharge, which would have triggered a mental health evaluation if he tried to join another branch. It is unclear why the discharge was coded in that way, especially since a Coast Guard psychiatrist recommended an evaluation if Bergdahl tried to re-enlist. The service diagnosed him with adjustment disorder with depression. The details of Bergdahl's break with the branch, which were cobbled together for a 2016 podcast serial, present a much more troubling picture. The podcast includes interviews from several people who served with or knew Bergdahl as well as audio of Bergdahl himself from an interview he gave to filmmaker Mark Boal. Men who were in the Coast Guard boot camp at Cape May, New Jersey with Bergdahl described the cold February night in 2006 when he broke down. They say he did not respond when the recruits were counting off for the night. He was discovered in the bathroom. We go running back and go running to the head, John Raffa told Serial interviewer Sally Koenig, and there he was. He had bloodied himself pretty good. We were never sure exactly how he did it, but there was quite a bit of blood. There was some blood on the wall, blood on the mirrors, blood on the sink, the counter area top. He was bleeding from his face. There was, blood on his hands. It looks like he kind of smashed his face into the mirror, and he was huddled up and crying. He was a kind of balled up. Bergdahl was weeping uncontrollably. The podcast reports that Raffa and others who knew Bergdahl were surprised when they realized he was the soldier captured by the Taliban. Raffa said simply, he should not have gone to another branch. How Bergdahl wound up there may amount to math more than anything else. In 2008, when he enlisted in the Army was trying to maintain recruiting goals as the country's interest waned in two wars that were dragging on. Bergdahl was among the 20% of potential recruits to whom the Army granted waivers so they could join. He walked away from his post in Afghanistan the very next year. Then Major General Kenneth Dahl interviewed Bergdahl for the Army's formal investigation and said the recruit had joined the Coast Guard for adventure and to save lives. He became overwhelmed and found himself in the hospital, Dahl said. He wasn't ready for it. Bergdahl had similar heroic goals when he enlisted in the Army. I wanted to be a World War II soldier, he told Boal, the filmmaker. I wanted to be, 1800s soldier. I wanted to be a samurai soldier, a fighter, a warrior. Instead, he found himself wound up at a remote outpost of dubious strategic value, while his mind turned inward and against his command. He wasn't ready for it, and the military should have known it.
Livewire by Observer staff. QVC host left in May, plans for future uncertain. CCF Fayetteville asked, what has happened to Jackie Gonzalez, a QVC host? Answer by Steve Devane. Gonzalez announced on her Facebook page in May that she had left the network according to a post on QVC's community forum pages. Wanted to take a moment and let you all know that today I am leaving QVC, she said. It's been such a privilege to get to know so many of you and be part of your lives for the past 15 years. It's not clear from her Facebook page or from her website at JackieGonzalez.com what she's doing right now. Her Facebook page says, my 35 years in TV and radio have connected me to so many wonderful people so that I can live out my dream to inspire and help anyone that I possibly can. Gonzalez says on her About Me page of her website that she has such a wide array of interests that she needs to figure out how to narrow it down. Beauty, fashion, tech, baking, do-it-yourself, inspirational, and I'd also like to focus time on mental illness and domestic violence in some way, she said. See, I've got too much and would love your advice once you meet me on my next steps. And J.G. of Fayetteville writes, I've watched Blue Bloods on TV recently and apparently missed an episode where a woman died. How can I find the old episodes? I tried on demand but didn't see anything about her dying. Roger Mullen answers, if you have access to a computer, you can watch some episodes for free on CBS.com. We found several episodes of Blue Blood streaming there, but we're not sure if they include the one for which you're searching. If not, keep checking on demand. Sometimes it takes a week or two for episodes to show up there, and Livewire seeks to answer questions of general interest in consumer topics. Initials are used to identify questioners when names are given. Contact Livewire at livewire@fayobserver.com or call 486-3516.
You are listening to the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We broadcast from the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC-Chapel Hill. As a nonprofit agency, we rely on public donations. We request your support to continue our services. When making charitable donations, please keep the SENCRRS in mind. Our post office box number is 35029, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28303. If you have any questions or comments, please call 910-672-1600 or our toll-free number, 1-844-709-5656. Your radio hosts today are Marty Baldwin and
Robert Beam.
And we are proud to serve you today, and we will now go at 11 o'clock to the obituaries, and Robert will read the ones that are Fayetteville.
Okay, death notices. Cape Fear Region. Herbert Scooter Armwood Jr. of Greenville, formerly of Roseboro, Butler and Son Funeral Home, Roseboro. Connolly Catley Jones Blanchard, 22 of Rayford, Crumpler Funeral Home, Rayford. James Pushup Black, 80 of Red Springs, SNL Funeral Home in Maxton. Catherine Ellen Britt Maudlin, 60 of Laurinburg, Richard Boyle's Funeral Service. And Randolph Davis, 63 of Laurel Hill, Purcell Funeral Home of Laurinburg. In Cumberland County, Joan F. Kelty, 85 of Fayetteville, passed away on Thursday, October 19th, 2017. The service will be held at 10 a.m. Wednesday, November 1st, 2017, at Sand Hill State Veteran Cemetery with the Reverend Jack Kelly officiating. Service is entrusted to Rogers and Brees Funeral Home. Eva Burl Anderson, 80, passed away on Tuesday, October 24th, 2017, in Betsy Johnson Hospital in Dunn, North Carolina. Funeral services will be held Saturday, November 4th, 2017, at 1 p.m. in Adcock Funeral Home Chapel in Spring Lake, North Carolina, with Reverend Roy Johnson officiating. Interment will follow in Cumberland Memorial Gardens. A visitation for family and friends will be held on Friday, November 3rd, 2017, from 5 to 8 p.m. at Adcock Funeral Home. Condolences may be made at adcockfunerallandcrematory.com. U.S. Army retired Staff Sergeant Robert Jr. Leonard, 66 of Fayetteville, died Friday, October 27, 2017. Funeral will be held Monday at 1 p.m. at Sullivan's Highland Funeral Service Chapel. Visitation will be at Sullivan's Highland Funeral Service Monday from noon to 1 p.m. and the burial will be at Lafayette Memorial Park. Services are entrusted to Sullivan's Highland Funeral Service and Crematory of Fayetteville. Bernice McDonald, 82 of Fayetteville, died Tuesday, October 24th, 2017. Funeral will be held Friday at 1 p.m. at Grace and Truth Church of God in Christ Jesus. The viewing will be at the funeral home Thursday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and the burial will be at Northside Cemetery. Services entrusted to Herring Funeral Care and Cremations. Alfred Eugene Gene Reynolds, 78 of Fayetteville, passed away on Monday, October 30th, 2017 in Autumn Care of Fayetteville. Gene was an Army veteran. Graveside services will be Friday, November 3rd, 2017 at 2 p.m. at Sand Hill State Veterans Cemetery with military honors. The family will receive friends at Jernigan Warren Funeral Home on Thursday, November 2nd, 2017 from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Gene is survived by his sons, Chad Reynolds of Swainsboro, Georgia. Arrangements are by Jernigan Warren Funeral Home. Pastor Geraldine Williams, pastor of Mount Moriah Pentecostal Free Will Baptist Church, passed away Sunday, October 29th, 2017. Viewing will be Thursday, November 2nd from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at Colvin Funeral Home and Crematory. Funeral service will be Friday, November 3rd at 1 p.m. at Cape Fear Conference B headquarters. Burial will follow at Cumberland Memorial Gardens. And Joseph Joe Butler, 94 of Fayetteville, died Monday, October 30th, 2017. Mr. Butler was a Navy veteran, and a graveside service will be held on Friday, November 3rd, 2017 at 11 a.m. at Lafayette Memorial Park. The family will receive friends from 10 to 10:45 a.m. on Friday prior to the service at Jernigan Warren Funeral Home. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to the American Cancer Society.
We will now go to the region and elsewhere. Kina or Kina Lynn Martinez Vass, 38 age, died Thursday, October 26. Memorial Thursday, 5 p.m. Emmanuel Baptist Church in Carthage. Visitation Emmanuel Baptist Church, Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. Burial Emmanuel Baptist Church Cemetery, Cox Memorial Funeral Home. Laureen McQueen, Southern Pines, 67, died Sunday, October 29. Memorial Sunday, 1 p.m. Trinity AME Zion Church, Southern Pines. No public viewing. Simon Funeral Home, Southern Pines. James Frederick Adcock of Laurel Hill, 65, died Sunday, October 29, 2017. Funeral Wednesday, 3 p.m. Multitudes Church visitation prior to the service at the church. Wednesday, 1:30 p.m., 3 p.m. Burial Hillside Memorial Park, Richard Bowles, funeral service. Charles Thomas Falk of Wagram, 76, died Sunday. Funeral Thursday, 2 p.m., Richard Bowles, funeral service. Chapel visitation will be at the funeral home Thursday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Burial Woodville, Pentecostal Holiness Church Cemetery, Richard Bowles, funeral service. Rucius Hunt, nickname Skinner, 85, of Lumberton, died Sunday. Funerals Friday, 3 p.m., Burnt Swamp Baptist Church. Visitation, Floyd Funeral Services in Fairmont. On Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Burial, Burnt Swamp Church Cemetery. Gloria Ann Spencer, Carthage, 55, died Sunday. Funeral Saturday, 2 p.m. Try Jesus Ministry, Sanford, viewing at the funeral home Friday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Burial, New Zion Cemetery, Robbins. Pugh and Smith Funeral Home in Carthage. Brookie Sorrell West of Dunn, 92, died Monday. Funeral service Thursday at 11 a.m. Hodge Chapel, PFWB Church. Visitation, Cromartie Miller Funeral Home in Dunn. Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Burial, Church Cemetery. William Hare, nicknamed Pete, of Irwin, 83, died Thursday last. Funeral Thursday, 1 p.m. Cape Fear Conference, A Headquarters, Irwin. Viewing, Dafford Funeral Home, Dunn, Wednesday, 1 p.m., 6 p.m. Burial, Sunset Memorial Park, Smithfield, Dafford Funeral Home of Dunn. Tonya, spelled T-O-N-J-A, so it could be Tonja. Wynette Pickney of Laurenburg, 54, died Thursday, October 26, 2017. Funeral Thursday, 11 a.m. Reedy Creek Missionary Baptist Church, Laurenburg. Burial, Hillside Memorial Park, Laurenburg. Purcell Funeral Home of Laurenburg. And finally, David Laverne McCrimmon Jr. of Southern Pines, 41, died Thursday. Memorial Friday, 2 p.m. Trinity AME Zion Church in Southern Pines. No public viewing will be held. Simon Funeral Home in Southern Pines. And as I always do on Wednesday, I read the Billy Graham article of the day after the obituaries. Question. I start my cancer treatments, chemotherapy, next week, and I admit I'm scared. I know I shouldn't be because I've given my life to Jesus, and I know I'll go to heaven if I die. But if I had more faith, I wouldn't feel like this, would I? What's wrong with me? Mrs. J.R.S. Answer. Nothing's necessarily wrong with you. It would be unusual if you weren't concerned about the future. God put within each of us a deep desire to keep on living what is sometimes called our survival instinct. If we didn't have this desire, we would open ourselves to all kinds of dangers. Don't misunderstand me, however. God didn't send Jesus Christ into the world just to make us feel good or to help us through life's little bumps. Christ came to take away the fears and doubts that haunt us, and to give us strength and hope in the midst of life's greatest troubles. The Bible says, He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. Right now you're facing one of the greatest crises you've ever faced. Yes, you're scared, but how much more fearful would you be if you didn't know Christ? As you face the uncertainties of the future, take time every day, even every hour, to thank God for His presence with you. You are not alone. Christ is with you. Thank Him, too, for the hope you have of heaven because of Him. In addition, let the promises of God's Word, the Bible, take root in your mind and heart as they never have before. You'll find the book of Psalms especially helpful. Jesus said, "My peace I give you. Do not let your hearts be troubled."
Dear Ed, by Gene Phillips. Man's announced engagement surprises wife of 17 years. Dear Abby, my husband and I have been together 21 years, married for 17. Recently did a short sale on our home and moved to Texas. It was a professional move for my husband. At first I was wild. Then I grew homesick for my family, my job, and my friends. My husband was not supportive of my emotional needs. 3 years later, my husband has announced his engagement to another woman via the internet. He's been seeing her all this time while financially supporting my household and saying, "Goodbye, I love you," at the end of our phone calls and texts. Needless to say, I have filed for divorce. His cupcake doesn't know he's still married and has large debts from our relationship, as well as this new one, so she's in for a big financial surprise. In the meantime, we'll communicate amicably. I still love him. I want to expose him to her. I don't think she'd be making wedding plans if she knew he was still married. Should I let them figure it out for themselves, or maybe spend my lifetime with regrets? Heavy heart, no regrets. Dear Heavy Heart, if you want to do the cupcake a favor and expose your almost ex, I can't stop you. But if you do, you can bet your divorce will be anything but amicable, and I have serious doubts that you'll achieve your goal. Dear Abby, my husband is always grabbing me in a sexual way. I find it demeaning and annoying. When I ask him to stop, he says it's normal, and I should be glad he's still interested in me. He says it's my job to take care of my man, even if it means being awakened in the middle of the night. Is this normal? Manhandled in Georgia. Dear Manhandled, the man approaches a woman in a sexual way. It is supposed to be pleasurable for both parties. If one of them asks the other to stop and the person doesn't, it's more of an assault than foreplay. It is not your job to have sex with your husband, and when he wakes you up in the middle of the night demanding it, it borders on coercion and is not normal. Dear Abby, my younger brother smokes, but not cigarettes. Recently, he has been taking a pipe to school. I'm the one who drives him to the bus stop every morning and told him to leave it at home, but he refuses to listen to me. I'm worried he's going to get caught by the campus police, get kicked out of our very nice school, and develop a criminal record. I can't tell our parents because that will do more harm than good, and I can't make him listen to me. What do I do? Smoking mad older sister. Dear sister, ask yourself which will do your brother more good. Telling your parents what he has been up to so they can intervene, remaining silent and letting him get kicked out of school for being stoned in class. Tell your parents. Readers can write to Dear Abby at dearabby.com or P.O. Box 69440, Los Angeles, California 90069.
Here's the horoscope. And you say, Robert, we don't have any birthday today?
No birthdays.
Well, you see, if it's your birthday today, I would mention your name on the radio twice at least. And you should send us your birthday date and your name. Well, this is the horoscope by Stella Wilder. Born today, you like to go about your business in a quiet, unassuming manner. You are humble and easygoing, and you never try to attract attention to yourself or your endeavors. This doesn't mean that you don't attract attention. On the contrary, you are likely to be in the spotlight more often than not in life. Scorpio, here you are. You can wield your authority, whether broad or limited, with certain profound effect today. You're soon to be given more responsibility. Sagittarius, bad news received today can be turned into good news that you deliver to another. Your attitude makes it all possible. Capricorn, you understand a rather complex situation far better than anyone else with equal experience and expertise. Oh my, that's mine. Aquarius, what you say today can impact others deeply as you prove more inspiring than anyone might have anticipated. Pisces, a difference of opinion is really a difference of perception, but you may be able to see things in the same way after talking openly today. Aries, listen to yourself more closely and you'll realize that others are reacting to what you say and do more appropriately than thought. Taurus, you're waiting for a new opportunity to open up, but you're not willing to make the commitment it requires. Gemini, you're not likely to respond all that very well to any kind of criticism. Well, that's for today. It is best perhaps to keep certain doings under wraps. Cancer, you're feeling quite optimistic, but someone you know balances you out by offering a bleaker outlook. Whose view is accurate? Leo, since you've taken, the stance you have taken regarding something official may not be the best choice for you right now. Consider approaching the problem another way. Virgo, you don't want to wait for opportunities to come to you, so why not get up and go about making them yourself? Libra, you mustn't concern yourself with what is best or worst, but rather with what is possible. A more realistic approach is required. Okay, and now I'll go to a very short article on Cigna, North Carolina Insurance Department. That's what Cigna is, I guess. No, that's not it. It's just, anyway, it says Cigna okay to raise Obamacare rates. If you have Obamacare, the rates are going up. The much smaller competitor to Blue Cross on North Carolina's Obamacare health insurance marketplace is raising rates by an average of almost 25%. Well, I think that might mean that a lot of people can no longer afford it. I have run into plenty of people who said they couldn't afford Obamacare. The North Carolina Insurance Department approved of the rate increase for Cigna on policies sold during the 6-week sign-up period starting today. Agency records indicate that Cigna has about 21,000 customers in 5 counties around Raleigh. Cigna originally wanted a 32% rate increase, a company spokesman said Tuesday. Pricing reflects market conditions and underlying economics. About 90% of North Carolinians buying Obamacare policies received subsidies to help them afford the premiums. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina is raising premiums by 14% on Affordable Care Act plans covering medical care in 2018. The company has 500,000 Affordable Care Act policies in all of 100 North Carolina counties. Let me see that. 14%. Okay. Well, gee, that doesn't seem like very much. 14% out of 500,000 doesn't seem like much at all. Okay, Robert.
Okay, now we'll alternate between the grocery ads and articles.
Oh, really?
I'll begin with Kinlaw's Supermarket and Grill, the meat store. Nebraska Angus Gold Bone and Prime Rib Roast, $5.99 a pound. Fresh ground every hour. Family pack 3 to 4 pounds. Ground beef chuck, $2.49 a pound. USDA choice beef center cut only. Bone and chuck roast, $2.99 a pound. Fresh cut served times daily, a family pack of 8 to 10 per pack of pork loin chops, $1.69 a pound. Hatfield fresh frozen short shank smoked hams, $1.29 a pound. Family pack boneless chicken breast fillets, $1.69 a pound. Pepperidge Farm 1 pound bag of stuffing mix, herb or cornbread, 2 bags for $5. Fresh packed and store daily small frying chicken drums, 99 cents a pound. Seasoned ready to bake prime rib pork loin roast, $1.69 a pound. Boneless center cut pork loin chops, $1.99 a pound. 32 ounce assorted flavors of Gatorade, 89 cents. Local bunch of turnips, 2 for $3. Local grown collard, 89 cents a pound. Extreme 10 pound hot box deals of oven roasted party wings, $1.99 a pound. 10 pound hot box of ball park fully cooked burgers, $2.49 a pound. 4.5 pound Savannah Classic pan dressing, $9.90 a pound. 12 ounce Kraft Velveeta shells and cheese, $1.99 a box. Family pack Nebraska Gold boneless ribeye steaks, $6.99 a pound. 10 pound box deal of petite baby green lime beans, $1.99 a pound. And at Kinlaw's Welcome Grill, the specials, they're $7, served with 2 vegetables, bread, drink, and tax, all included. On Wednesday, the lunch special, chicken and pastry, or country-style steak, batter fried pork chops, or southern fried chicken. On Thursday, stewed beef with rice, grilled beef liver, batter fried pork chops, or southern fried chicken. On Friday, baby back pork ribs, fried tilapia fillets, batter fried pork chops, or southern fried chicken. Monday, homemade meatloaf, southern-style chicken or chops, batter fried pork chops, or southern fried chicken. Tuesday, baked chicken with dressing, grilled hamburger steaks, batter fried pork chops, or southern fried chicken. And again, these lunch specials are served with 2 vegetables, bread, and a drink, and taxes included for $7. That's what's at Kinlaw's Supermarket.
Okay, here is an opinion of Spring Lake needs amenities. Elected officials such as the alderman and mayor of Spring Lake have said in the past they would make this town better in economic growth and project a better future model for our town to follow. So far, this has not happened. From the previous alderman, we have a town that has been taken over by many fast food restaurants, and most of them are the same type as pizza, hamburgers, and sub shops. I wonder if we could be the leading town in the United States for fast food. I would like to find that out. For a small town of 13,000 or less, we deserve a family restaurant where there are home-cooked meals and prepare to show that this town is family-oriented. A grocery store would be a great start in the right direction since we only have Walmart as our main food shopping supplier. Furthermore, a corporate food chain such as Food Lion or Winn-Dixie will be sufficient in the town of Spring Lake. Coming into Spring Lake, since the new highway system is in effect, it has divided the town with mostly one-way or no left or right turn streets. When coming into Spring Lake from Fayetteville, most cars are traveling at a high rate of speed, 55 miles per hour, must quickly decline to 45 or less before entering town. Additionally, this action could cause safety concerns or minor accidents. Quality of life has been my number one priority for over 40 years. Recently, the town has proposed a splash pad and therefore improving quality of life. Currently, all the activities such as swimming, bowling, movies, and even splash pads must be done in another town. Oh, that's too bad, isn't it? We are now in the late 2017, which is a political year, and the mayor and the board are now scrambling to get a splash pad for the town. In my opinion, why did they not seek this effort 5 years ago when these same people were in office? My concerns are the citizens' concerns because I talk to the citizens, ask them what they think the town needs to make it a better place to live. No one has all the answers in making the town the best it can be. But if the mayor, the board, and Chamber of Commerce would begin working together with the citizens of the town, we could make this the best town in the county. This is from Stan McQueen, who is a candidate for the Spring Lake Board of Aldermen.
Take a fresh look at Save-A-Lot. Fresh savings in season. You'll love our garden fresh produce. Fresh red or green seedless grapes, 99 cents a pound. Fresh boneless, skinless chicken breast family pack, $1.79 a pound. Dole Premium salad blends, 5 to 12 ounces, assorted varieties, $1.99 each. Fresh boneless beef bottom round roast, $2.99 a pound. Don't miss this week's deals. Folgers Classic Roast Coffee, 33.9 ounces, $6.99 each. Totino's Party Pizza, 9.8 to 10.9 ounce assorted varieties, 99 cents each. Keebler Townhouse or Club Crackers, 13.7 to 13.8 ounce boxes, $2.49 each. Pepsi products, 12 packs, 12 ounce cans, assorted varieties. Beverage item prices may not include applicable bottle deposits, fees, or taxes. 3 for $10, final price when you buy 3. Smithfield Hometown Original Bacon, a 16 ounce pack, $3.49 each. Kraft Velveeta, 32 ounce loaf, $6.99 each. TGI Fridays Appetizers, 7.6 to 11 ounces, assorted varieties, $2.99 each. Bickles Barrels, 17 to 28 ounce cheese balls or party mix, $3.99 each. Doritos, Cheetos, or Fritos, 8 to 9.75 ounces, assorted varieties, 2 for $5. Hillshire Farm Little Smokies, 12 to 14 ounce assorted varieties, $2.49 each. Westcott Vegetable or Canola Oil, 48 ounces, $1.99 each. Coburn Farms Evaporated Milk, a 12 ounce can, 69 cents. Coburn Farms Sweetened Condensed Milk, 14 ounce can, $1.49. Ginger Evans Instant Pudding, 1.34 to 3.9 ounce assorted varieties, 49 cents each. Ginger Evans Mini Marshmallows, 10 ounce bag, 79 cents. Ginger Evans Brown or Powdered Sugar, a 32 ounce bag, $1.49. Ginger Evans All-Purpose Flour, a 5-pound bag, $1.19. Ginger Evans Granulated Sugar, a 4-pound bag, $1.49. And a 2-day sale for Friday and Saturday, November 3rd and 4th. Fresh bone-in pork butt roast, 99 cents a pound. Red Delicious Apples, a 5-pound bag, extra fancy, $2.49 a bag. And Blue Bonnet Spread Sticks, 16 ounce, 49 cents each. And that's what's at Save-A-Lot.
Oh, you're in trouble. Look, it's only $11.27. But I will give you the Aldi prices now. I find that interesting because I shop there quite a lot. $1.99 for a 5-pound bag of yellow potatoes. Raspberries, $1.49 for 6 ounces. Acorn, spaghetti, or butternut squash, 49 cents per pound. Organic red grapes, $1.99 per pound. Green peppers, 99 cents for a 3-pack. $4.99 organic avocados. I don't know how much. Oh, 4 count in the package. Yellow onions, 99 cents for a 3-pound bag. And baby peeled carrots, 69 cents. Fresh meat deal, $2.99 a pound. Fresh Black Angus beef chuck roast. Fresh St. Louis pork spare ribs, $1.99 per pound. Fresh whole boneless pork butt roast, $1.49 per pound. And a family pack of chicken drumsticks. That's 5 pounds, average weight, for 79 cents per pound. Get out your paper and pencil and multiply 79 times 5. Oh, and of course it's baking season, so here's winter seasonals are back. And Baker's Corner morsels, bittersweet chocolate or peanut butter, 10 ounces for $1.79. Pie crust, $1.39 for 15 ounces. And pure 100% canned pumpkin, 79 cents. That sounds very good. Now, all of your Stone Mill holiday baking spices are $1.69 a piece. You can get allspice, ginger, cloves, nutmeg, pumpkin. $1.99 for pure vanilla extract. That's very good price. Baker's Coconut Flakes, 14 ounces, $1.29. Almond Bark, $2.69 for 24 ounces. Also, they're both white and dark, chocolate or vanilla. Macadamia nuts, 10 ounces, $7.99. Southern Grove, California Golden Raisins, 15 ounces, $2.79. And Southern Grove Dates, $1.89. And Baker's Corner Quick Bread Mix, banana or cinnamon, only $1.79. Now let's look over here. Made with 4 ingredients: non-fat milk, heavy cream, sugar, and natural flavors. Friendly Farms Delightfully Pure Coffee Creamer at $1.99. Oh, I think I'll buy one of these $8.99 Village Bakery Cheesecake Samplers. And here's Maple Leaf Cream Cookies, $1.99. Those look pretty. And here's $1.99 per pound Butterball turkey. Smoked turkey, this one. 11 pounds average weight, fully cooked, frozen. Oh, you can buy it cooked and then just heat it up? Oh, that would be nice, especially if your oven's not working. $8.99 Kirkwood Boneless Turkey Breast, frozen. Appleton Farms Smoked Ham Shank, 99 cents per pound. $1.19 Smoked Ham Butt Portion. $1.89 Appleton Farms Spiral Cut Double Glazed Brown Sugar. $1.89. And Appleton Farms Spiral Sliced Half Ham, $1.69. Here's quality ingredients. High tuna, $5.69, 12 ounces. Jumbo scallops, $9.99, 12 frozen. Mussels, $2.49, 14 to 16 ounces, frozen. Alaskan sockeye salmon fillets, 16 ounce. Flavored handcrafted cheese, $2.99 for 8 ounces. French baguette, $1.69. Yummy. Here's a naan bread, $2.99, organic or garlic. Aged reserve white cheddar cheese for 10 ounces, $2.49. Stuffed queen olives, $3.29. Cold smoked salmon, $3.99. But that's only 3 ounces. Okay, here's some super premium ice cream. It's made with cream, skim milk, sugar, egg yolks, vanilla extract, or cocoa. Processed with alkali. I have no idea what they're trying to portray there. Here are some breads and cookies. Also biscotti and sea salt caramels and Pizel cookies. Probably a lot of wonderful things from Germany. Aldi is known for having a lot of wonderful German selections at Christmas time. For your car, auto trunk organizer, $6.99. Car battery, $16.99. Auto 4-cage jumper cables, $12.99. And a $14.99 an auto XS car or SUV cover. If your car's going to sit out for many months, it might be a good idea to put a cover on it. Here's a little mini sewing machine. It's $12.99, and it's great for beginners in sewing crafts. Here is a dual temperature mini glue gun at $5.99, and scratch and color and sticker stamp carry case, $4.99. Mini sewing kit, $2.99. And here's a Crofton microwave popcorn maker, which means it's plastic. That's $5.99. Easy Home sink or dish drying mat, $4.99. Okay, oh, and here we go with some apparel, $11.99, Lily and Dan's children's winter boots. So that's the boots. Here's children's very nice looking gloves, $5.99. Cranes, men's or ladies sport watches, $9.99. And some Crane men's base layer pant or crew top. And on the back page we have Belmont cheesecake twin pack for $1.49. Oh, I could weaken for that. Village Bakery 10-inch apple pie for $4.49. Baker's Corner powdered sugar or brown sugar, 99 cents. Chopped walnuts, 6 to 8 ounces, $2.99. Southern Grove walnuts, 16 ounces, $5.99. Southern Grove pecan halves, 10 ounces, $5.99. Southern Grove chopped pecans, 8 ounces at $4.99. I think maybe I have to look at that again, see which one appears to be cheaper. Now, you can get your evaporated milk to make your fudge and other delicious things for the holidays at 59 cents a can. Sweetened condensed milk is $1.19. And semi-sweet chocolate morsels at Aldi's will be $1.49.
And this is the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service, a United Way partner agency. We broadcast from the campus of Fayetteville State University, and our signal is carried by WUNC Chapel Hill. As a nonprofit agency, we rely on public donations. We request your support to continue our services. When making charitable donations, please keep the Southeastern North Carolina Radio Reading Service in mind. Our address is P.O. Box 35029, Fayetteville, North Carolina 28303. If you have any questions or comments, please call us at area code 910-672-1600 or toll free at 1-844-709-5656. The radio hosts are
Marty Baldwin,
Robert Keene, and we are proud to serve you today. Moving to Food Line, these prices are good from November 1st to November 7th, 2017. You need your MVP card, and there is buy two, get one free. Purchase of two is required to get the third item free. Quaker Instant Oatmeal, 9.8 to 15.1 ounce, select varieties, $2.19 each. 18.5 to 19 ounce select varieties of Progresso soup, 2 for $3. 9.25 to 11.25 ounce select varieties Doritos tortilla chips, 2 for $6. 11.5 to 12.7 ounce select varieties of General Mills Honey Nut Cheerios, Toast Crunch, or Lucky Charms cereal, 2 for $5. 6 big rolls of paper towels Bounty Basic, 12 giant rolls of soft or strong bath tissue Charmin Essentials, $5.99 each. 3.25 to 4 ounce snack pies in the bakery, excludes no sugar added, 99 cents each. Kraft salad dressing, 14 to 16 ounce select varieties, 2 for $4. 4.5 to 8 ounce select varieties of Betty Crocker fruit snacks, 2 for $4. 7 to 10 ounce select varieties of Kellogg's Nutri-Grain bars, 2 for $5. 11.5 to 11.7 ounce select varieties of Pillsbury toaster strudel, 2 for $4. 14.5 to 15.25 ounce cans of select varieties of Del Monte canned fruit, $1.59 each. 17.5 to 18 ounce select varieties of Kraft barbecue sauce, 2 for $3. 4.7 to 12.2 ounce select varieties of Betty Crocker hamburger helper, $1.18 each. 11 to 12 ounce select varieties of ground or whole bean 8 o'clock coffee, $4.99 each. 24 ounce select varieties of Mrs. Butterworth's or Log Cabin syrup, 2 for $5. 6.6 to 21.4 ounce select varieties of Duncan Hines Perfect Size or Decadent Cake Mix, 2 for $5. 2.88 ounce select varieties of Milka Oreo King Size Candy Bar, $1.29 each. 6-ounce select varieties of Planters Trail Mix, 2 for $4. 2 to 6-ounce select varieties of Ann's Macaroni and Cheese Boxer Cups, 2 for $3. 2.85-ounce select varieties of Jack Link's Jerky, 2 for $8. 10-pack 6-ounce pouches of select varieties of Capri Sun Juice Drinks, 2 for $5. 64-ounce select varieties of Silk Milk, $2.99 each. 4-pack select varieties Dannon Activia or Light and Fit Yogurt, 2 for $4. 16-ounce all varieties of Dean's Dip, 2 for $3. 6-ounce select varieties of Borden Natural Cheese Slices, 2 for $5. 7 to 10-ounce select varieties of Green Giant Boxed Vegetables, 2 for $3. 28-ounce select varieties of Idaho Frozen Potatoes, 2 for $5. 14-ounce select varieties of Baskin Robbins Ice Cream, 2 for $5. 7-ounce select varieties of Ore-Ida Bagel Bites, 2 for $4. 15-ounce tub select varieties of Country Crock Spread, 2 for $4. 22 to 23.6-ounce select varieties of Olay 6-bar or body wash, $4.99 each. 24-ounce select varieties of Milk Bone Dog Biscuits, $2.89 each. 3-pound to 3.47-pound bag of select varieties of Meow Mix Dry Cat Food, 2 for $8. 3.15 to 4.2-pound bag of select varieties of Kibbles and Bits Dry Dog Food, 2 for $10. And those are buy 2, you'll get 1 free. Food Lion Whole Chickens, 99 cents a pound. Boneless Pork Loin, $1.59 a pound. Boneless Center Cut Pork Chops, $2.49 a pound. Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, $3.49 a pound. Food Lion Chicken Wings, $2.29 a pound. Bulk Swatango or Honeycrisp Apples, $1.79 a pound. 5-pound bag of Food Lion White Potatoes, 2 for $4. 9 to 11-ounce package of select varieties of Fresh Express Salad Blends, 2 for $4. Food Lion Ham or Swiss Cheese in a Deli, $4.99 a pound. Buy one, get one free. 9.5 to 10.5 ounce select varieties of Lay's family size potato chips. Buy one, get one free of 3.5 to 9.1 ounce select varieties of Nabisco snack crackers. Buy one, get one free at 10.5 to 20 ounce select varieties of Thomas bagels or English muffins. 5.3 to 10 ounce select varieties of Chobani flips or Greek yogurt, 5 for $5. 16 to 28.5 ounce select varieties of Tyson chicken, $5.99 each. 5.25 to 12.87 ounce select varieties of Stouffer's or Lean Cuisine dinners or sides, 2 for $4. 8.5 to 15.4 ounce select varieties of Nabisco Oreo cookies, 2 for $5. 16 to 24 ounce select varieties of Ragu pasta sauce, 2 for $3. 32 to 59 ounce select varieties of Tropicana Premium Orange or Probiotics Juice, 2 for $6. 6-pack 0.5 liter bottles of select varieties of Coke products, 5 for $10. 7.25 to 15 ounce select varieties of Chef Boyardee canned or microwave pasta, 88 cents each. 93% lean fresh ground beef, $4.99 a pound. Fresh 93% lean ground turkey, $3.49 each. Boneless stewed beef, $5.99 a pound. 18.4 ounce select varieties of Smithfield marinated pork tenderloins, buy one get one free. 24 ounce apple chipotle Baraka back ribs, $7.99 each. 12 to 16 ounce package of select varieties of Hormel bacon, $5.19 each. 20 ounce package of Swede and Sons fresh steak burger sliders, $5.49 each. Lando Frost premium lunch meats, a 16 ounce package, select varieties, $3.99 each. Hot rotisserie chicken, family size, $7.99 each. Resso's sensational sides, 12 to 14 ounce select varieties, 2 for $4. Taste of Inspirations Angus roast beef, $8.99 a pound. Bulky or hoagie rolls, 6 count select varieties, $2.99 each. 15 ounce Food Lion 100% pure pumpkin, 4 for $5. 12 ounce select varieties of Spam luncheon meat, 2 for $5. 35.3 ounce Food Lion non-dairy creamer, $2.99 each. Lux pinto beans, 27 to 29 ounce select varieties, $1.38 each. And Jiffy corn muffin mix, 8.5 ounce box, buy 2 and get 1 free. Planters peanuts, 2 for $7, that's 16 ounces, select varieties. 4.9 to 5.96 ounce select varieties of Pringles potato chips, 4 for $5. 8.8 to 13.7 ounce select varieties of Nabisco Ritz crackers, 2 for $5. Gold Peak iced tea, 59 ounce select varieties, 2 for $4. Simply Aids and Punches, 59 ounces, select varieties, 2 for $5. 16 ounce select varieties of Food Lion sour cream, 2 for $3. Pillsbury ready to bake cookies, 11 to 16 ounce select varieties, 2 for $5. Blue Bonnet Quarters, 16 ounce select varieties, 99 cents each. Friar's ice cream, 48 ounce tub, select varieties, 2 for $6. Klondike ice cream bars, 4 to 6 count select varieties, 2 for $6. Hot Pockets family pack, 54 ounce select varieties, $9.99 each. Marie Callender's dessert pies, 28 to 42 ounce select varieties, $5.49 each. 6-pack select varieties Pop Secret microwave popcorn, 2 for $5. 28 ounce select varieties of Jif peanut butter, $2.99 each. And 11.25 to 14.3 ounce select varieties of General Mills Cookie Crisp, Cocoa Puffs, or Golden Graham cereal, 2 for $5. And that's what's at Food Lion with your MVP club.
Okay, here's, you can get this in with another crime. Rape in area of North and Ramsey Streets investigated. Well, the Fayetteville police are investigating after a woman reported she was kidnapped and raped early Monday morning. 3 unknown men kidnapped the woman in the area of North Street and Ramsey Street, a news release said. The 3 men put her in an older model dark sedan, drove her to an unknown area along the Ramsey Street corridor, and raped her. The 3 men then drove the victim back to the area of North Street, which is off Ramsey Street and runs behind Fay Block Materials Incorporated. Then they drove away. The victim went to Cape Fear Valley Medical Center, where police were called at 1:30 a.m. Anyone with information regarding the investigation or the identities of the men involved is asked to call 703-0576 or Crime Stoppers at 483-TIPS-8477.
Harris Teeter, hot evic specials. Open your evic email or visit harristeeter.com for full details. These items are for evic members only. 12 count Harris Teeter grade A large eggs, 97 cents, limit 4. 9.25 to 11.25 ounce Lay's chips or Doritos, $1.77, limit 4. And Harris Teeter Rancher beef value pack boneless New York strip steak, $5.97, limit 2 packages, and that is for the evic members. And the rest of these are with the Vic card. Farmers Market strawberries, a 1 pound package, buy 1 get 1 free. Farmers Market hothouse English cucumbers, or orange, yellow, or red bell peppers, 99 cents each. Fresh Food Market fresh hot rotisserie chicken, $4.99 each. HT small pack boneless chicken breast or chicken breast tenderloins, buy 1 get 1 free. 2.2 ounce minimum weight wild caught North Atlantic lobster tails, $2.99. Coca-Cola products 12 pack, buy 2 get 3 free. Smithfield all natural St. Louis pork spare ribs, buy 1 get 1 free. Full line of Thomas's, buy 1 get 1 free. 48 ounce Turkey Hill premium ice cream, buy 2 get 3 free. 12 ounce bag or 10 count K-Cups Starbucks coffee, $5.97, limit 4. This is for evic members only. Also for evic members, 18 ounce Campbell's Chunky Soup, $1.47, limit 10. And for evic members, a 5 pound bag of Pillsbury flour, $1.97, limit 2. 48 ounce Wesson vegetable oil, 2 for $5. 24 ounce Mrs. Butterworth syrup, 24 ounces. 3-gallon Harris Teeter peanut oil, $29.99. Limit 10 total. This is buy 2, get 3 free. 14.5 to 15.25 ounce Harris Teeter corn, peas, or green beans. 6-ounce stovetop stuffing, 2 for $3. 18-ounce HT old-fashioned oats, 2 for $3. 8-ounce HT cashew halves or 5 to 6-ounce HT bacon almonds, $3.99. 4-pound bag of HT sugar, $1.39. 64-ounce Ocean Spray cranberry juice, buy 1 get 1 free. Swanson broth, 14.5-ounce can, buy 1 get 1 free. 12-ounce Kellogg's Crispets, 2 for $5. 32-ounce HT chicken broth, 4 for $5. 10.5-ounce cream of mushroom or chicken Campbell soup, or 4.5 to 5-ounce Betty Crocker gratin or scalloped potatoes, 10 for $10. Libby's pineapple, 15 to 20-ounce cans, 4 for $5. 12-ounce HT evaporated milk or 16-ounce HT peanut butter, 99 cents. McCormick 1-ounce pure vanilla, 25 cents off. McCormick gourmet spices, 25% off. Harris Teeter 6-ounce pecans, $3.69. HT 10.5-ounce bag of marshmallows, 89 cents. HT 40-ounce can of sweet potatoes, 3 for $5. 59-ounce Simply orange juice, 2 for $6. 16-ounce container of Halo Top ice cream, $3.99 each. 8-count Select Varieties Pillsbury Crescents, cinnamon rolls or biscuits, 3 for $5. 12 to 16-ounce Challenge butter, $3.99. Mr. Smith's pies, 32 to 37 ounces, $3.99. 10 to 12-ounce Select Varieties of Bird's Eye steamed fresh vegetables, 5 for $5. Kraft American Singles, 12-ounce, 2 for $5. Totino's Pizza Rolls, 5 for $5, 7.5 to 10.9 ounces. 28.5-ounce Breyers Gelato or 48-ounce Turkey Hill All Natural Ice Cream, 2 for $8. 59-ounce container of Tropicana Lemonade or Pure Leaf Tea, 2 for $4. HT Traders Cracker Cuts, 10 ounces, 2 for $6. 48-ounce HT Limited Edition Premium Holiday Ice Cream, 2 for $5. 8-pack of Lance Crackers, 2 for $4. 6-pack of half-liter Coca-Cola products, buy 1 get 1 free. Purdue Shortcuts Chicken, 9 ounces, 2 for $5. 16-ounce package of Smithfield Bacon, buy 1 get 1 free. 10 to 24-pound Harris Teeter Premium Frozen Turkey, $1.29 a pound. Boneless chicken breast, buy 1 get 1 free. HT Breakfast Links, 12 ounces, buy 1 get 1 free. 4.5-ounce Oscar Mayer Basic Lunchables, 2 for $3. Mahogany Clams, 2-pound bag, fresh Maine, $4.99 each. 21 to 30 count fresh wild caught East Coast shrimp, $12.99 per pound. 1 count Lob Luscious Signature Lobster Cakes for $49 each. Fresh farm raised salmon fillets, $7.99 per pound. And that's what's at Harris Teeter.
Okay, failing at home, Catalan leader takes the fight to Europe. Brussels, this comes from Brussels, the Associated Press. Facing possible criminal charges at home that could put him behind bars for decades, ousted Catalan leader Carles Puigdemont took his bid for independence from Spain to the heart of Europe on Tuesday, attempting to portray his secessionist movement as persecuted underdogs who deserve international backing in their fight against Madrid. A Spanish judge, meanwhile, ordered Puigdemont and the rest of his ousted cabinet to appear for questioning later this week as part of a rebellion probe. Whether they appear or not, the judge is likely to decide as soon as Friday on whether to issue arrest warrants. Well, if they do that, they ought to just step across the line over into France. In a high-profile appearance before international media in the Belgian capital, Puigdemont kept his defiant tone against the Spanish government's relentless efforts to thwart his secession ambitions. His unannounced trip underscored that his path to success is being blocked by the law in Spain, and he conceded ground to the Spanish government by agreeing to take part in an early regional election called for December 21st. Even as Puigdemont's request to establish a new Western European country, and it appeared increasingly quixotic, his grassroots supporters showed no signs of wavering, a depth of passion that illustrates why the wrangling over Catalonia has been going on for so long and why it is unlikely to end soon. Puigdemont said he and the 5 ousted government colleagues who accompanied him to Brussels were seeking freedom and safety from the Spanish authorities. If Spain can guarantee to all of us, and to me in particular, a just, independent legal process with separation of powers that we have in the majority of European nations, if they guarantee that, we would return immediately, Puigdemont told a packed news conference at the Brussels Press Club, which is right next to the European Union's headquarters. But we have to continue to work, and that is why we decided Friday night on this strategy. The Spanish government in Madrid has cracked down hard on Puigdemont's attempt to take Catalonia, a wealthy region of some 7.5 million people that accounts for about 1/5 of the national GDP out of Spain.
After election, Kenyan opposition leader plans more protests by Christopher Torchia, The Associated Press, Nairobi, Kenya. Kenyan opposition leader Raila Odinga on Tuesday harshly criticized an election rerun in which President Uhuru Kenyatta was declared the winner, saying it should be scrapped in favor of yet another vote and that the opposition would continue to protest in the streets. Odinga's first public comments since election results were announced Monday suggested that Kenya's political and ethnic tensions are likely to fester. The opposition leader, who boycotted the October 26th vote, hinted that his supporters could appeal to the nation's highest court to nullify a presidential election for the second time since August. We shall see to it that we conduct a free, fair, and credible presidential election as ordered by the Supreme Court, Odinga said. It's in our best interest that we do so sooner rather than later. The court invalidated the August 8th election in which Kenyatta was declared the winner after finding what it called irregularities and illegalities. Odinga, whose petition alleging vote rigging led to the court's ruling, boycotted Thursday's vote because he said electoral reforms had not been made. Kenyatta has said he expects legal challenges to the latest election, which he won with an overwhelming 98% of the vote because he faced no significant challenge. The opposition also plans economic boycotts, peaceful procession, picketing, and other legitimate forms of protest, said Odinga, emphasizing that demonstrations would be peaceful. However, his supporters have often clashed with police in Nairobi slums and opposition areas in western Kenya since the latest election. At least 9 people have been killed. The opposition accuses security forces of using excessive force, while the government says Odinga's camp has incited violence. If there is no justice for the people, let there be no peace for the government, Odinga said Tuesday. Although opposition areas were generally quiet after Odinga's announcement, the unrest since the election has highlighted divisions that continue to roil East Africa's economic hub. European Union election observers said actions by Kenya's rival political camps have damaged the electoral process and put Kenyans and their institutions in an extremely difficult position.
I'm going to give you the types of apples, and you cut me off when you need to, Robert. There are very many hundreds of different types of apples. The ones that we are most accustomed to are Granny Smith, the Gala or Gala, whichever you say, Pink Lady, Golden Delicious, Macintosh, Honey Crisp, currently the It apple. It has been the most famous apple for the last several years, has a crunchy bite. It's best eaten fresh, especially in a salad. Braeburn, juicy and crisp and sweet, mild flavor. Jonathan, sweet and tangy and spicy. The Fuji, sweet and tart, but mostly sweet. Envy, I'm not familiar with that apple. The Envy, very crisp, sweet, with an underlying hint of tartness and notes of vanilla. Great for eating in your hand, out of your hand, and for cooked desserts, especially if you're going to put caramel on top of it. Now, the Red Delicious is still the most popular apple in America, though its lead over the Gala or Gala, Fuji, and Honeycrisp is shrinking. Sweet and juicy flesh under a bitter skin, and a flavor that is defiantly unassertive.
There was someplace in this article, the, whoopsie, quick
And
Robert.
This concludes our broadcast of the Fayetteville Observer. Your radio hosts have been
Marty Baldwin.
and Robert Bean. We will now join the Raleigh Network for additional programming. Thank you for tuning us in. We've enjoyed being with you this morning, and have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and 7,000 kinds of apples. Found it.